Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is ATX Crypto, your one-stop shop for all things crypto and blockchain. We're excited to be bringing you the latest updates and, of course, the fast-paced world of crypto. Today, we're actually going to be discussing Richard Hart. Guys, he goes live today for the Hex conference. So do you think he's going to be announcing anything like PulseChain possibly, maybe even a testnet? Well, we primarily focus on the Richard Hart ecosystem here, Hex, PulseChain, and PulseX. So whether you're a seasoned crypto veteran, you're a crypto enthusiast, you're new to crypto, we've got you covered here. We do an in-depth analysis. We dive into people's wallets. We see what the transactions are happening. We check out industry experts. We have interviews with them and much, much more. So join us as, of course, we navigate through this wild world and exciting world of crypto. Hey, if you aren't subscribed already, do yourself a favor and click that subscribe button. It doesn't hurt anyone. It means a lot. The goal is to be at 600 by the end of the month, so help me attain that goal. And guys, we're moving fast. I think we're already up to 518 subscribers. So again, to everyone who has subscribed, to everyone who will subscribe, and to everyone in the future who's watching these videos, thank you so much for sharing the love. It's been an absolute blast. I'm having an absolutely amazing time just doing all this information. Again, my name is ATX Crypto. I do a daily stream live. And today we're going to be talking about Richard Hart. We're going to be talking about PulseChain testnet. Of course, I'm excited to share some information with you as well, what's going on with it. There's been some development with the PulseChain devs. And for those of y'all who aren't familiar with what PulseChain is, essentially it's going to be a fork of the entire Ethereum network. It's the next generation blockchain platform. It's a layer 1 protocol that aims to improve existing technologies, right? So Ethereum's already out there, and we know that just like because the congestion that happens, sometimes the fees that you pay for gas fees on the Ethereum network are quite expensive, right? It costs so much money just to sometimes get into crypto, and that can be off-putting to a lot of folks who are newly investing in crypto. So what PulseChain is planning on doing is, instead of going and creating a whole new layer 1 network that's empty, they're gonna fork the entire Ethereum network. So imagine, and of course when they fork this entire network, it's gonna increase faster throughput, so the transactions are gonna be happening faster. It helps with scalability, and of course with overall security as well. So keep in mind with this being said, right? So imagine, hey, what's going on, Gabriel? Appreciate you coming through. Hello, hello, hello. Imagine that imagine McDonald's, right? McDonald's is always a really good example of what to look for, and really good, just easy to talk to as well. So with McDonald's, like I say, you go to a McDonald's and they're just extremely busy all the time. And because they're extremely busy, sometimes they're gonna, we'll say charge some more. We'll just use their example. Sometimes you just sit in line waiting, wasting gas, waiting to put in your order, trying just to get through. And sometimes you can wait there for 30 plus minutes, we'll say. Well, in this example, you don't just build an extra drive-through. You don't build an extra, you don't make that McDonald's bigger to be able to handle. You don't add more staff to be able to handle it. What you do instead is you do horizontal scaling, and you just copy the entire McDonald's ecosystem and make a new one, and make a new building a couple blocks down the road. And what that does is it allows for people to get their orders in much faster. So instead of trying to go through this drive-through and wait 30 minutes and sit there for your order to be taken, people now have the option to go with this new McDonald's down the road, couple blocks. It may even be closer to you. And in that scenario, it's going to be faster because you may only wait 5 minutes there. Now, because they are able to speed everything up that much faster for everyone, you can then get through the original McDonald's maybe in 10 minutes. So instead of 30 minutes and sitting and waiting and everyone getting frustrated and aggravated, Well, everyone's now happy. You got your food, you're out in and out much faster, and you're able to proceed on with your day. Well, think about the same thing with the PulseChain network. That's going to be horizontally scaling along with Ethereum, right? And what it's going to do, it's forking the entire Ethereum network. So every token that you have in Ethereum right now is getting forked over onto this new network. Burger King. I wanted to send you a DM on Twitter, but couldn't. So I sent you on Instagram for your profit taking calculator. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't really get on Instagram that much. It's funny. I made one video on there, I think, and that was probably like my most viewed video that I've ever made, which is wild. And I had the same shorts or I have the same YouTube shorts and as well, but Instagram just took off, and I think the replies for it were going just absolutely crazy and bonkers. And you know, some people were saying unfortunate things, and it didn't seem like everyone who's positive in the whole Hex ecosystem doesn't feel the same on Instagram. So I didn't really venture through that path so much. I'm not sure why you weren't able to DM me. That's interesting. I definitely want to keep that in mind if other people are having some issues with that. You know, I always want to see. Yeah, Burger King's another one, right? So like you don't see Burger King coming along and making a bigger Burger King just for everything to happen. They just make a new Burger King, right? Same as the gas station, right? If you have all the congestion waiting to fill up gas, they don't just, you know, make another stall for another gas tank to be added. They put an entire gas station right down the road or right across the street. It's horizontally scaling, and that's the beneficial thing. We see it every single day in our day-to-day lives, and I don't want everyone to be missing this opportunity for PulseChain. I am a big fan of McDonald's. I'm guilty as charged with that. I don't that's like my guilty pleasure, if you will. I absolutely love McDonald's. I've just always done it. You have disabled DMs on Twitter. Oh no. Oh shit. Interesting, because I've talked to people on Twitter before, and you know, maybe it's I sent them the message first. I'm not even sure. Is there a way I can check on that? Topics, setting and privacy. Let's see. What would I be typing in? Direct message, maybe? Yeah. So I'd type in direct messages. Filter low quality messages, hide messages requests that have been detected as being potentially spam or low quality. These will be sent to a separate inbox. Okay, I'll undo that. Allow messages from everyone. Okay, cool. Let people who don't follow you send you direct. Okay, so it's just because maybe you didn't follow me on Twitter. I don't know. Either way, I've got that adjusted, and I have that settings fixed. So thank you, Gabriel, for letting me know. Oakheart says, nice background. Absolutely, yeah, I definitely enjoy this background. It looks absolutely stunning and phenomenal. And I love switching stuff up, right? This is what we do. Sometimes we get bored, but you know, I don't lose focus on the crypto. I start doing other stuff like projects. And that's partly kind of what led me to this profit taking calculator. So check it out real fast since we're on the topic of the profit taking calculator already. Let me share this particular screen and let me know what y'all think. Right, this is something that I'm putting together. Appreciate that, Gabriel. This is something that I'm putting together. So this was the original profit taking strategy that I had. And again, my strategy involves taking out 5% every time the price doubles. But I want to make it so that way this is a lot easier and user friendly. So before I had it to where you would just enter the information, how many coins that were bought, the cost, the double, where the price would end up falling if it hit these ranges, so on and so forth. And so, and it kind of made it a little bit difficult to kind of understand all these metrics of where everything stood. Okay, so check this out. This is the latest part of the profit taking strategy that I have. Damn it, not sharing the freaking screen. All right, well, let's go back. Let's do it again. So this was the original that I had, and you would enter in the information, and I'll zoom in on these as well. So this was the original that I had, and you would enter in the information and it would update everything kind of along the way. You can of course change the multiple in here and it would update that information. So say it does a 4x, it would automatically update, which is all cool. And I thought that was, handy. But of course, the more I work on it, the more I want to get ready for this to be released to everyone. That way everyone can kind of get a good use of it. I wanted to make it a little bit more user friendly and also break down the numbers a little bit more. So this is actually the latest update that I have for this profit taking strategy right here. And it actually will break down all this information. And I like showing it on one page. I wonder if I can. It's tough because just kind of how everything sits. But this is actually how I have it now. So now I have different profit taking strategies. So you could either do 5%, and I'll zoom in just a little bit. You could either do 5%. You could come down here. You can adjust it to 10%, right? 15%, and even 20%. And then I thought, well, let's actually have a better understanding as well. What happens if the price does a certain amount? And this is as I'm tweaking, right? This is as it's going. So I appreciate everyone who's loving this. And we'll get through and do this in more detail as well as time goes. But this is actually kind of where you can enter in the information and it'll update everything over here. So now whenever I change, say, the initial purchase price, that's the current price of Hex, we'll say, I can say that the Hex price will go up to, maybe 36 cents. And now it automatically tells you the number of X's from the initial price you had to the current price. During that time, how many times did it double? So you had 4 doubles. And it also tells you how much profit you would have taken as well if you go out to 5, 10, 15, and 20%, and what that means. So as we go through here, you can see if you do it with the 5% strategy, this is taking out 5% every time the price does a double. And so it tells you cash out this amount, and it breaks down all that information about how much you would have cashed out. It tells you how many coins are remaining as well. And I'm still working on this, folks. And so that's why it's in the interim, it's in the works, but I have other stuff as well. I have a gains calculator if you just want to see some gains and what it may look like. I have this section coming out on this spreadsheet as well. So it can actually tell you, 2x, 10x, 25x, 50, 100, up to 1,000. You could even enter in the number of X's over here, and it'll tell you how much money that would end up being. And if you just want to have an individual calculator, I have that broken down as well. So yeah, I'm really having a lot of fun making this, and I'm looking forward to sharing it within the community. And this is the other one. I'm still working on it, so that way you can also have a transaction entry price and know when the prices were sold and what you did. And then this is like a whole 5, 10, 15% strategy on here. So let me know what you think of this, right? Let me know if y'all like the updated version right here and kind of how it's sitting and what it looks like. Or if you prefer this strategy where you just have it all kind of broken down and you can list each one over here and you just have to go across and go that way. So either way, we'll get back to the actual discussion today. I wanted to get that since Gabriel had talked about the profit-taking strategy. So I appreciate everyone tuning in. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Again, my name is ATX Crypto. Folks, today we have Richard Hart streaming on the Hex conference, right? And so, of course, with that, when Richard Hart comes through and comes out, yeah, Hex is now sitting at 2.5 cents. And this is another one. I'll share this tab right here while we're talking. So this is Hex and what it's doing right now. This is again on the weekly. If I pull it up on the daily, you can see it's had quite a bit of action over the last few days. In fact, we just had the price cross the 9 EMA versus the 15 EMA. And folks, typically that is a bullish sign. That's a good bullish indicator for momentum and price. So when the 9 EMA cross the 15 EMA, that usually means we're getting a bull bull momentum, at least for the next few days. And if you don't believe me, check out every single time it's done this in the past. And I'll zoom out just a smidge. But this, every time it says long, that's when it crossed. And every time it goes back under, that's when it crossed the other way. And the 9 EMA crossed over the 15 going down. And that's when you get short. And so you can do the same momentum every single time right here. We went long, we get a nice little bull run. We cross back down, we get a nice little bear momentum, right? It crosses, it goes bull, it crosses back down, we go bear. And so this is a quick way of kind of gauging when it crosses. We're looking at some nice bullish action happening. And that is exactly what is going on right now with the current price of Hex and where it's sitting. Whoa. All right, so you can see right here, we got the 9 EMA crossing the 15 EMA. Let's freaking go. You know what I mean? Like, that is so freaking fire. I love seeing this. I love taking advantage of this. I love seeing these momentums, the price going back up. Let's give a little shout out to everyone coming back in, participating. Guys, there's so much money sitting on the side because of PulseChain waiting for the announcement. Richard Hart hasn't announced any stream. He hasn't done any stream in a very, very long time. But we know that he's coming out and he's going to be doing a stream today. I'm freaking excited. Do you think he's going to be announcing do you think he's going to say anything about PulseChain? Let me know what your thoughts are on this, right? We definitely have Richard Hart doing the day 4 stream of the 2023 Hex Conference. This is the 3rd year doing it, hosted by Matty All In, and just doing a phenomenal time, just doing a phenomenal job. Let me pull this up and you can see what we got going on. So this is actually the panel for everyone speaking. Today, January 9th, 2023. We have several folks starting off. Corey Costa, Furu Finance, Ben Dubard, and RH Max starting this panel off. Then we also have Staker App coming through, and I am freaking excited for this. I am so excited for Staker App. I love everything that Steph has done. He created the Staker App in the first place. I use it all the time. It's a great way of tracking all of your Hex stakes. Even if you don't use it for the wallet purpose, you can still enter in your Ethereum wallet address and it'll tell you when the stakes are ending. It'll let you know all that information. So I am excited to hear what he has to say. There's already been a lot of news on Staker App as well regarding V2 coming out, and V2 looks incredible. Increíble. We have Hex Tangent, K4K talking today as well. And for those of y'all who don't know, K4K just drops freaking knowledge, man. He has so much alpha, bullish, Pulse X energy. So I'm excited to see what he's got to say. I'm excited to see what he's going to share. He's been waiting to do these live streams as well for PulseChain to come back out. In fact, he's doing the no shave until PulseChain comes out. And you're going to see it today if he hops on that stream. So I'm excited to hear what he's got to say. He's been working on stuff in the background. He's been pulling up stuff in comparison. If you follow him on Twitter, he pulls up these little items over here and he goes through and delves in on more information. And then guess what, guys? Richard Hart. Bam! Panel 8. Let's fucking go. Right? Let me do a little round of applause again. Let's fucking go. Right? We have the man, the myth, the legend, Richard Hart coming back. He's going to be having a panel where Maddie's going to be discussing and asking him some questions. I'm sure he's going to be reading through the questions in the comments below. Don't blow him up asking when PulseChain. I don't think that's necessary. He's going to announce what he's going to announce, okay, folks? If he doesn't mention PulseChain, then so be it. It wasn't the time to mention it. But damn it, like, do not blow him up, because I think that's part of the reason why this dude also went radio silent, because so many folks only care about PulseChain now. That's all they care about. And that's cool. I get it, right? It's a new shiny thing that's going to be coming, and we all want news and updates and everything. But, I mean, we have to give it to the guy. He has been extremely busy putting on many interviews with a lot of folks. He's still showing off, and we all have our thoughts on him kind of flexing within the whole Hex community, who kind of have a lot of foundation under him and through a bear market, and who are down 95%, and a lot of the times can be a little bit off-putting for some. And I think there's a time and place for it as well. But his stats show that his followers are growing, man. If you look at his Instagram followers, his Twitter followers, his YouTube followers, they've been steadily growing over time. And maybe we'll check out Social Blade a little bit later to see how it's really going. And then guess what? We have the keynote speaker of Richard Hart talking, and this is happening at 10 p.m. I'm sorry, let me go back. So we have Richard Hart over here talking at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. He's gonna, starting at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Goodness gracious, let me get my shit together. He's gonna be starting at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So guys, be ready for this, because I'm excited for his usual alpha energy that Richard Hart brings. I've been missing the streams where he just sits in his throne and answers the community's questions and has all the fun. And it's just an absolute blast, especially now that we start seeing the price rally back up again. Hopefully the Hex bottoms in. We can't really know that. It's now so heavily tied to PulseChain, as we've discussed previously. So I do think that we still have some more. We still very heavily tied to PulseChain, right? And so if we don't get any announcement of PulseChain, then that is what it is, right? But then he's going to be doing a full keynote discussion at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time after Maddie interviews him. And that's just going to be an overall blast. He's probably going to say what he has to say through this first part, and then he'll probably just be looking through the Hex questions and through the community and through the chat. So if y'all got some interesting questions, definitely toss them to Richard Hart, right? He's a seasoned veteran in the game of crypto. Not only did he create Hex and this amazing product and opportunity for everyone, he also has a lot of knowledge when it comes to the crypto sphere and the crypto entirety of the network of crypto. So if you got questions, especially when it comes to like what's going on with everything, where do you see everything going? Like, those are questions I think that that's where he shares his wealth of knowledge. That's when we really get to see the true insight of Richard Hart, and he gets to go back and answer. Like, there's been so many times that Bitcoin, or 2 times that Bitcoin's had an inflation bug, but most people won't even talk about that, right? And so most people don't even acknowledge the fact that Bitcoin's ever even had. Some people don't even know, right? If it wasn't for Richard Hart, I probably wouldn't have ever known, because it's worked, it's here, it's still around. So I would think that it's working flawlessly and it's never had any issues. We clearly know that's not the case, and he shares this information with us so that we can share this information with everyone else. So definitely take the time to understand that is what it's all about. Let me see what we got going on in chat. Hex is on fire. What about on weekly? Yeah. So that was looking back on the chart right here. If we go back and share this tab, weekly is also looking pretty good. So if we go back to weekly right now, it's still sitting under the 9 and 15. That's just kind of how it sits, because weekly takes a lot longer for those actually to move. But look at this action on the weekly right here, folks. We got nice little green candles. Overall on this one, it was a 19% gain right here. We have an 11% gain happening right now. Guys, weekly's looking really freaking good. And then this was when it was down, and we actually got down as low as 1.7 cents. Hopefully y'all set some limit orders. In fact, I still have limit orders around this time, because if the price drops again, I'm wanting to scoop up some more Hex. I've made it my mission not to be buying when the price is rallying all the way up again, because I tend to get FOMO, and I tend to get very excited, and I don't want to miss the opportunity. Sometimes I'm waiting on funds to come through, and sometimes I'm waiting for the centralized wallet to move to the, self-custodial wallet, and then set up everything there. And so when I start seeing the prices rally back up, it's like sometimes I just want to go back in, especially at 2.5 cents. These are phenomenal buying opportunities, guys. Even if it gets back up to 50 cents again, that's a 25x of your money. That's incredible. let's just say it gets back up to 20 cents, right? That's still a good 10x, or we'll say 25 cents because the current price is 2.5. That's still a good 10x of your money. Like, incredible. I just set some limit orders because that's the game plan I'm going forward with. I want to, if my limit orders don't get executed, I'm okay, right? I do have my hex stakes on multiple wallets. I do have hex on multiple wallets, and so if I can scoop up some more, I'm definitely gonna scoop up some more. But I feel like I'm not in the same mindset of FOMO as I once was, where as soon as I would get the money, I would transfer, and as soon as I would have it, I would buy, whether the price was up, whether the price was down. I always just wanted to buy, and that's perfectly fine because I was able to accumulate quite a bit, and I was able to make a staking ladder, and I'm able to be where I'm at now because of what I did. But now I've just kind of learned a few items over here, and definitely it would be great if Richard Hart comes through and just talks about PulseChain. If he comes through and drops a bomb being like, TestNet's coming out tomorrow, everyone's going to be like, ah! And fucking freaking out, right? Sorry, my dog's like, what the fuck are you doing? But yeah. Lucky you, he says, Gabriel says, here is at 4 a.m. God damn. Well, luckily it's recorded, and I don't know if I'm able to, but I definitely feel like I'm going to get the clip of Richard Hart talking and put it on my YouTube channel as well. Share that information. I still have the clip that I need to revise from my actual... I went on and did a testimonial. It was a 3-minute testimonial back on day 1 of the Hex conference. And so I'm looking to share that with everyone who's tuned in to ATX Crypto, subscribe to ATX Crypto, a part of ATX Crypto. Guys, this is an absolutely incredible time. I love being a part of this community. I love being here with y'all. I love seeing y'all. You wake up at 4:30 every day. God dang, man. Oh my God. I wake up at 4:30 a.m. for work, so no worries. Well, then I guess it's not that bad if you have to go and get 30 minutes less sleep so you can actually watch it live. John Trotter in the house saying, what's up, ATX in chat? Got to make a live. Yeah, John Trotter always comes through on the replay gang, and I am greatly appreciative of the replay gang coming through. Tentop is the one who kind of has made that to be a thing. Replay gang in the house. And yeah, love seeing everyone in here. Tentop coming through. John Trotter, thank you so much for coming through. Yeah, let me know what y'all's thoughts are on Richard Hart, doing his discussion, right? I'm very curious, and I want to know what y'all think. I do feel that we may have Richard Hart coming through and saying some nice things regarding just everything happening, the numbers going up, and that's something I think he's definitely gonna, harp on, is the fact that even in this bear market, the numbers gone up, right? And that's something I think is very proud to say. And we can look at these metrics as well, whether it be the YouTube subscribers, whether it be the YouTube streamers. The number of people streaming now are way more than there ever has been in the past. The number of daily streams that are constantly happening, the Twitter spaces that are constantly happening. If you look at the metrics for the holders of Hex, if you look at the metrics for the stakers of Hex, and if you just look at the influential metrics, right? His own gain, right? He has over 250,000 subscribers or followers on Twitter. And yeah, let me see here. Richard Hart speaking at the conference today. Will he announce TestNet V3? Yeah, so that's a big question happening kind of in our community, right? We're all wondering the same thing. I'm definitely wondering that. Like, I'm very curious. Is Richard Hart going to announce it, right? And so check this out. This is what's happening with the PulseChain devs right now. You can see Agris is a PulseChain dev, and these are part of it. Handled, validator, balance, overflow, capping. Like, these are updated 1 month ago, but check this out. Lighthouse 19 hours ago. Let's freaking go. We have the local testnet set up with Pulse execution node. You have the balancer validation, refractor of total balance. You know, like, guys, this is happening. It's coming, and it's just a matter of, like Julia Pulse says, right? Will Richard Hart be announcing anything of TestNet v3 when he talks today? I am freaking ecstatic to see, right? Let me just see what else we got. Yeah, and this is just an absolutely incredible item. You have a lot of folks dropping quick bombs, you know, a lot of folks coming through. Let me see if he says anything on what? Day 3, what do you say? Day 3 conference for the 3rd time in a row, and FOMO'd a lot more hex because those who know what's coming next. All-time high, stake and chill, stake and chill, stake until you make it. 5555 club. That's just us rolling in the dough, right? That's just us making it. Is he saying anything else right here? Is RH going to take the Hex Conference viewer count to over 1,000? Well, obviously. It's been like hovering around 600 to 700, 900 at some point in time. Yeah, will it be over 1,000? Fuck yes. Are you kidding me? There's going to be so many people who are tuned in on this. Hex Conference is about to start. We got today, the last day of Hex Conference. Richard Hart speaking. Time for a 7-pound prime rib on the Traeger. Those. Why are you barking? Boys, why are you barking? One second. Let me just hush these pups real fast. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, and I'm back. And I'm back. Damn it. Wasn't sharing the screen again. Motherfucker. I'm going to get better at this, guys. I promise. I promise I will. I promise. John Trotter, what's up? Yep, got to make a live. John Trotter, it will... Hey. Hey. I need you to lay down. Lay down. Thank you. Hey. Oh, we had someone trying to shill something. Trying to share. Come buy our energy. We're going to do so much better for you, and everything is going to be great and all that stuff. And I got a long-ass driveway. I feel bad for everyone who's got to come on down and make a trip down a long-ass driveway just to have nothing happen. Sucks for them, but I ain't worried about it. It will be nice having him back, addressing the community, if anything. Yeah, dude, I'm so ecstatic to even see him coming back out, to see him come through. Hey, Dr. H, the cryptopractor. I like that. ATX, nice to catch you. Well, it's awesome having you in the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in, enjoying the stream, sharing the information. This is what I was looking at, right? Path to the 1% starts here, and this is someone who's enjoying the conference. Back to what we were talking about a second ago. This is the shield that I was just showing a second. Wow, rewatch and day 3 conference of 2023 for the 3rd time in a row. Damn, Hexlina. And FOMO bought a lot more Hex because those who know what's coming. Next all-time high. Stake and chill. Stake and chill. Stake until you make it. 555 club. Yeah, guys, this is I'm freaking stoked to see what's happening with it. I'm stoked to see what's going to be coming. He's coming through. He's going to be coming through with some crazy stuff. Whoops. I'm trying to make sure my screen's ready so that way when I go freaking click on share screen next time, I can just move it over. And I don't miss that opportunity again and not share my screen as I've done in the past. But let's go through here. Yeah, RH will be good, but I don't think TestNet yet. Dr. H, I'm right there with you, right? I am. I said this, I believe, in yesterday's stream. I don't see him making an announcement of TestNet on someone else's channel, let alone next conference. Like, I think he would much rather come out on his own Twitter on his own page, on his own YouTube, on his own channels, and say the TestNet's coming out. But just having the man talk again is gonna be great. Like, I miss him just being here. Yeah, so he says, "Fuck, that dog sounds big." Hey, it's okay. Delta. People can walk. Hush. Yeah, so he's a German Shepherd. For the dog that you hear barking, and I actually have 4 big dogs technically. We have a Doberman. Hush. It's okay. She can walk, dude. We have a Doberman, we have a Lab, we have a Great Pyrenees mix, and then we have the German Shepherd. So we definitely have big dogs in the house, and it is just a absolute zoo here sometimes, but it's enjoyable, man. Like, you gotta come back, you gotta appreciate these moments, and you gotta check everything out, right? So for those for those of y'all who don't know, again, like, Richard Hart is the creator of Hex. He's coming up with PulseChain, and he's gonna be announcing what's happening there, whether it be on our Hexkin conference that we have, or maybe even tomorrow, or maybe even this month. And the reason why everyone's getting so excited is because there's been a lot of development with there's been a lot of activity coming from the actual people who are working on PulseChain, right? The devs, Brett Tep being one of them. So let me show you this again. And I've been showing this quite a bit on it, but let's go back and kind of dive in. 1 second. So let's dive in. One of the major updates is to the PulseChain testnet, right? This new feature is going to allow for us to actually test the E2.0 fork. That's something that before it's been testnet, but it was a Binance Smart Chain fork that they were using along with the entire Ethereum network, and so that, or the entire Ethereum state, so that way everything was kind of getting merged together. Well, with the newest update, it's actually pretty crazy. Hey, I appreciate that, Dr. H. Thank you so much. See you later as well. Thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful day. I'm sure I'll see you on the conference tonight, because I'm sure we're all freaking watching there. Take care of the patients. Have a good one, Dr. H. Peace. So, yeah, so like before we were forking over a different network. Well, now the E2.0 has come out since PulseChain has been in development. And with that being said, we're now forking over the entire E2.0 state, which is incredible. So it's already switched to a proof of stake system, but not only that, it's actually got all the other benefits that come along with it. And now that we're forking E2.0, when they come out with future developments for Ethereum, it'll easily be able to be implemented within the PulseChain network as well. So when they come out with the sharding capability, lowering the gas fees, increasing the throughput in a few years or a couple years, it's going to be a lot easier to move that into the PulseChain network as well, being that it's an entire fork of the Ethereum 2.0 network. So I'm excited just to test it on that. You know, one thing that was happening before was we were having validators, and we've had so many of that. We want to know kind of what's going to happen with that whole scenario. So there's just going to be new things that are going to be launched. I'm definitely excited to see it, because this is what I was talking about with the members right here. So guys, this just in case you don't know, this is GitLab, and GitLab is actually the network they use, or the protocol they use, that they're developing PulseChain and PulseX with. And you can see these are the members. You got 3 Commas Capital, Brett Tep, Kyle Barr, Richard Hart, you got Space Ghost, a few other folks down here, TBC Dev, Ghost, right? SJB, who's the original creator of it. And he created the whole network for PulseChain, and everyone who came involved afterwards as well. Well, look over here for these days. Let me see if I can hide myself maybe for a second. Whoops, I want to go over here to this screen, and we're going to hide me and hide me and show that. Okay. About TestNet coming soon, right? Do you think he's gonna do you think he's even gonna mention TestNet? Right? There's so many possibilities that can happen that we don't exactly know, right? And I try to dive in and I try to see some more information on here because I'm very curious as to what's going on. The 3 issues, the 4 merge requests, those have all been completed. And yeah, you can definitely just start diving in, seeing what activity they got going on, what's happening, what are they recently developing on, the latest on these developments. And so if you just pull up, so Brett Tepp has been very active on Twitter. And let's see if he said anything lately. I just started following him, so let me see if he says anything here. My favorite day of the week is today because I take my wife on date night. Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome. Not sure why Google called Code Red over OpenAI's ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT and it doesn't think it can replace Google's search engine. Google should ask ChatGPT these questions. So it looks like he's having fun with it looks like Brett Tepp's also having fun with ChatGPT. I'm definitely having fun with it. In fact, that also helped me create this whole profit taking strategy, some of the formulas that I've been able to input. Like, look at this long formula here. I know how to do it all. I've done it in the past, but like some of these items over here, when you haven't done it in some time, it gets a little bit tricky and confusing. And I was able to come up with this formula for everything that it did. And so now whenever you come over here and say, change the price to 72 cents, we'll say, it figures out all the math and it tells you everything on the 5%, 10%, 15%, 20% profit taking strategy. And it tells you how many multiples and how many times the price is doubled. It does all that information for you. Incredible. Once you get up to 76 cents, it tells you you've had a 33x and here's the numbers that end up coming. I'm freaking stoked because this is all profit taking strategies that I am so excited to be sharing with everyone. Again, I come back to this often because fuck it, why not? Can't hear me. Oh. Can you hear me now? I really hope you can. Otherwise, I've just been talking for like a long time without being able to hear me. Gabriel says no sound. Let me know in the chat. Okay, cool. Let me know in the chat. Just make sure. Yeah, Academia says it's fine. Gabriel, I turned down the microphone for a period because the dogs are barking, and I wanted to get them to stop. So I turned down the mic so as to not scream into the microphone, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. But sounds good and back again. Yeah, I made sure it's all good. They're running V3 in a private testnet, bro. I know. And that's another item over here that let me see if I can go back to this website. Where was it? Did I close it? Nope, I sure didn't. So this is actually the site that you can start looking up. It's subdomains lookup, and I can actually come over here and say I want to search for PulseChain.com, and it'll do a little lookup over here, and it'll tell you that the testnet V2B had a last update on January 4th, 20. Damn it, guys! Damn it! I got to get better at sharing my screen. What? Okay. Point and harping on it. So testnet V2B right here, right? January 4th, last update, January 4th, 2023, and that's RPC V2B testnet.pulsechain.com, right? I don't have the RPC for V3 yet. There was another website that actually showed it, but these are all January 4th, 2023. And that's for the graph, and that's for the health, and January 4th, 2023, and I'm not subscribed to them, so I can't see all these other items. But you can do the same thing with pulsex.com, right? And this is a fun little website that I saw, and this is January 4th. Like, check that out. Incredible, man. This is freaking awesome. I love seeing this stuff, right? I absolutely love seeing it. They're definitely running V3 on testnet. Yeah, they have to be. That's what they do, right? But will they announce it publicly? Will we be able to actually get a chance to play with it? Academaciated, howdy y'all. Hello. He says it's fine. Oakart saying we can hear you. Well, thank you so much for letting me know. I'm reading your lips. Oh shit, that's funny. Well, hey, sounds like you did a good job reading the lips. Crypto Gains Club in the house. What is up, my dude? Appreciate you coming through. He says, what's up, everyone? And folks, what is up, right? Smash the like, listen to Crypto Gains Club. He's a smart person. They're smart individual. Smash the like, click the subscribe button. Don't miss out on these streams. This is a daily stream coming at you live every single day at noon Central Standard Time. All you have to do is click subscribe, and if you need to be reminded, click the bell icon as well. It'll let you know when to come back through. So there was another website that I saw too. Where was it? Let me see if I can remember what the website was. Code chainlist.org. Okay, here's another website that was recently showing as well. And you can actually come in over here to chainlist.org. And if you haven't used this before, it gives you a whole list of items that you can use for RPC servers. So if you're, again, there was the Infura item with the Ethereum network. And so if you don't like your information being shared, you can either hop on a VPN. I think that's the easiest way to do it. Or you can switch over your RPC server address, and if you want to know how it works, then you can actually check it all out right here, because it'll tell you how the privacy is, if it's secure, what items there may be as well, if it's even running, if it's up and running anymore. And so you can definitely check out all of this stuff right here. Super simple, super easy. It gives you the RPC server address, so you can type it all in, you can copy the URL. Well, check this out. I'm going to type in PulseChain. And of course, it's not going to say anything because it's going to say mainnet. So we already know that the mainnet for PulseChain will be chain ID 369. We already know that to be the case. It's already kind of been determined that that's actually going to be the chain ID for those people who don't know. So you can actually pull it up down here. Now, again, it's not active right now, so I can't do anything with it, but this will be the RPC when it goes live. And so again, it's not actually live at this moment in time, can't do anything with it, but I can click connect wallet if I wanted, and it would normally connect. Well, I can click include test nets, and bam, we get all these. Now this is showing testnet right here, testnet v2b. So if y'all don't have that, this is the information that you can input. And look at this, testnet v3. Let's fucking go. Now I tried to connect my wallet using the RPC, which this in fact should be the RPC for testnet v3. Damn, it is hard to see, huh? Zoom, 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 zoom. And cool. Did I have too much coffee? One will never know. But yeah, look at this. Oh, it doesn't even show. If I zoom in that much. Okay, testnet v3. So you got PulseChain mainnet, you got PulseChain testnet. This was the OG testnet originally. That was the chain ID. This was v2b. This is what we're currently using right now, and you can definitely get all that set up and start adjusting and playing with it. And then we have testnet v3 showing up right here. I am freaking pumped, guys. This is incredible. We got testnet v3 showing its face. And guys, this is an awesome thing. This is using chainlist.org. We definitely have some good stuff coming. It's just a matter of, will our man Richard Hart announce the good word of PulseChain is freaking coming and coming soon, right? We have seen it's very active with the devs. We have seen that there's a chain ID already announced with it. Yeah, my espresso kicked in. Apparently my coffee's kicking in too. As I sip some more, because fuck it, that's the drink of legends. Okay, so yeah, we have a lot of stuff happening, and I'm kind of keeping these two items up right now just so that way everyone can see. But Brett Tep has been pretty active with it. Let me see. I warned you 1,000 times. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what he says. Imagine what would happen if your blockchain censored your speech, i.e. your transactions. Any blockchain or crypto exchange that retroactively reverses transactions is censoring speech. PulseChain and PulseX solved this. Well, that's pretty incredible, Brett Tep. I mean, sharing that good word. Like, look at this. Again, this is a developer of PulseChain, folks. Imagine what would happen if your blockchain censored your speech, i.e. transactions. Any blockchain or crypto exchange that retroactively reverses transactions is censoring your speech. And look at this, like, they received an astonishing variety of requests from officials asking for individuals they didn't like to be banned. Here, the Office of Democrat Intel asked, and that's just the whole thing, showing everything that happened with the whole Twitter leak, right? Where the Twitter files, right? You got 3 Commas Capital talking to Brett Tep. It's important to be able to change one's mind when confronted with adequate evidence. And he says, yes, sir, right? And so, like, okay, when I didn't know about Hex or Richard Hart, he saved me a week after this post. I sold all my tokens and bought and staked Hex. That BitBoy crypto segment that was so controversial is what led me to Hex. Thanks for the memories. And then he goes through here. Oh, yes. And he goes through and actually explains what this whole thing was, right? This is incredible, right? The reason why why any publicity is good publicity in crypto. I started researching and bought Hex because so many crypto bros on Reddit talk trash on it when someone else mentioned it in RH. Like, you could even do this right now to this day. Go on any like crypto area and they'll let you talk about anything, dude. They'll let you talk about fucking Bonk. Is that the latest one that I've heard about? Bonk. Like, yeah, that's SOL and screwed. But people don't care. People could care less about that, right? So let me actually pull this up because I'm very curious. You can literally go on there and just talk about any shitcoin. But if you mention Hex or Richard Hart, dude, you get fucking outrage from so many people. You either get blocked from the admins in that Reddit area, you get blocked from, it's just so stupid, right? And it's incredible how much people absolutely hate the man. I don't get it because I'm definitely not right there with them. In fact, I'm like the exact opposite, right? I think all of us know that. USDC. And I can compare it to USDC. I'll compare it to USDT. This is bonk. just for shits and gigs. This is like the newest one happening, and it just went down. This is again weekly. I'll even pull it up on hourly because it hasn't been around that long. And again, if you're ever looking on hourly, you're just doing it wrong. But like from the moment it started, it basically had the people who created it probably got us a little hype action with it, and then they just continued to sell. So let's just measure like from this point down here. Yep, 69, 70% loss already. Oh, that's not its all-time low even. So we go from here to here. Yeah, 71% drop within a day and 8 hours. But people are always looking for like this new shit. It's just so freaking ridiculous. But they're like, people aren't gonna be able to hold PulseChain back. They won't. They just can't. How could they, right? They're gonna try and they're gonna be like, oh, Richard Hart's a scammer and I'll do this and all that, but like they aren't gonna be able to do shit. This is what Hex is looking like on the 4-hour chart. Looking fucking absolutely beautiful, folks. Love seeing the green candles. Love seeing this momentum happening. Again, if you're looking at hourly, you're already doing it wrong, in my opinion. I think you should at least be focusing on the day/week. Just a lot easier to get a good measure of how things are doing, because I'm not trying to trade. I got out of that game a long time ago. I'm not trying to play the game of do I buy here, do I sell here? But a part of what I'm learning is how to take profits properly without wrecking myself, right? And so like if you bought down here and you're able to sell when the price goes up and does a double, then you're going to be doing good, but you don't want to sell all your bag, and you also don't want to sell a good portion of it. That's why my 5% strategy I'm kind of sharing and just I continue talking about. Seems like I've got a lot of love from it as well, and seems like a lot of other folks aren't really talking about profit taking. So I do want to be mentioning it because it is something that is clearly happening within the ecosystem. Obviously, people are selling Hex, taking profits from what they have. Some people were up 100x still, even at these prices at a penny. And so they're taking profits, and I can't blame them, and you can't blame them, but you should learn from them. And I'm learning from them, and I'm learning that profits are a good thing. DCA in, DCA out. Yeah, for sure. He could at least tell us if it's community this year. If it's coming this year. Yeah. Dude, he will never make another date. He will never make another announcement of date again. He just won't. When PulseChain TestNet V3 comes, he's just going to make an announcement and saying V3 is here. Like, that's how it's going to go. He's not going to say V3 is coming this week. He's not going to say V3 is coming this month. He's not going to say PulseChain coming this year. He just will not do that. He's done with that. He got so much hate from the community, from people who he made millionaires who have loved and revered him, and yet because he said one false thing about PulseChain, you get so much hate and criticism from so many folks. And so he will never ever, in my opinion, make another date announcement again. I just don't see it happening. If PulseChain TestNet V3 is live, he will post it saying it's live, go check it out and play with TestNet. And I think that's going to be coming. So I think today what Richard Hart's going to be talking about is he's going to say like, hey, I'm just going to pull it up on hourly because like, why not? It's always fun. Again, I'm not planning on trading or anything, but it just looks pretty. Yeah, it looks pretty. Looks very pretty. Okay, cool. And again, look how many times this would flip. So you'd have to be like, oh my God, buy. Oh my God, sell. Oh my God, buy. Oh my God, sell. Like, I don't want that life, dude. That life is so terrible. It's so frustrating and it's so much stress. And I don't think anyone should do it. On Solana too. What the fuck? Nobody cares about good products, just pump and dumps. Yeah, dude, like you could literally go in any crypto community and talk about any other crypto that's out there, and you will probably be less hated than if you just mention Hex to someone. You could literally talk about the shittiest of shitcoin ever, the shittiest of shitcoins, and they'll be like, yeah, man, good luck on that. Good luck holding the bag. With Hex, they're like, "Go, you're fucking scammer! Get the fuck out of here! Fuck off! Fuck you!" And you're like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 there, killer! Slow it down. Let's just start from the beginning. What do you even know about Hex, right?" And then you can't even have that discussion with them because they literally will not hear you out. They don't care. They don't care to. They just don't do it. They won't do it. That's cool. That's on them. They're gonna miss out on a phenomenal opportunity with Hex, PulseX. Hexactly, says Hexodl. Yeah, that's exactly it. Hexactly. Okay, so back to the Crypto Games Club comment. DCA in, DCA out. That can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Okay. And so from my perspective, when I hear DCA in and DCA out, I want to have a strategy for both. And I think whatever strategy that you have for yourself, you should find a way to track it. Because my DCA out strategy involves taking profits on the way up and then holding those profits in a wallet that I can redeploy the capital and reinvest whenever prices start falling again. I've learned this lesson very hardly with Hex because I got to see great gains and then I got to see it all fall. And I was okay with it through the entire time. I'm staked, I'm happy. But now that the price has been so low for so long, I've had to literally take new capital and redeploy that new capital that you could use for other items, right? And again, like that's just how life works in general. But I don't want to always have to use new capital, right? Otherwise, you literally have to work forever, and there's no point in doing all this. So I want to be able to make it so that way I can take profits on this rally up, as it's going do. I want to have these little points, DCAs, if you will, these entry points, exit points. I want to have a strategy that I can implement. And that's what I feel everyone needs to start working on. Like if you're not trying to figure it out during this bear market, you're absolutely smoking crack. Now's the time to do it. While the prices are low, while everything looks red, while everything is bloody, go back in and take a look. It's like having self-awareness, right? If you become self-conscious or self-aware about something that you are always doing and you're wanting to fix it, you're gonna have a lot easier time fixing it than if you never acknowledged it in the first place, right? And that's facts, right? If you always are saying something a particular way, like something I used to always say was whoa. I don't know why. I used to always say whoa. And eventually it just got to the point to where I just began hearing myself saying it all the time. And I was like, dude, this is crazy. Why do I keep saying fucking whoa? Like, what am I saying that for? Whoa, right? It was this weird little item that I would say, but I started being knowledgeable about it. And then when I would hear myself say it, it then began sounding weird. And then I really no longer say it. I can't even remember the last time I said it. I was just using it as an example. But that's kind of where I go through, and it's having that self-awareness to do it, right? Well, I want to have the self-awareness for profits as well. I want to have a strategy that I can use and implement to allow me to do it. Spell Solana backwards. Yeah. You gotta say Solana backwards. They still talking and shilling and trading. Yeah. Are they really still talking about that? My goodness. That's so sad. So many folks got fucked on that, and then they came out with this lunacy or whatever, and you know, and people are still trying to shill that, and like they didn't learn their lesson. They lost all their money, and they're like, no, it's okay though. This new one's gonna make it okay. Everything's getting copied, so if you had it there, it's gonna be, you know, getting like that's so stupid. You're retarded. You're retarded. Avoid slippage for sure. Learn to set limit orders. Absolutely. You can definitely use many websites. We discussed them yesterday. Dex.guru seems to feel better than Matcha. The one thing I don't like about Dex.guru that I dove into and found out, Hexodl, and maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, it only has a limit order for 3 days, and that just doesn't do it for me. Because that means I'm trying to trade. That means I have to be constantly sitting in front of a computer waiting for everything to happen, or every 3 days I need to go in and set a reminder to reset the limit orders. And maybe I'm doing it wrong, but like CalSwap, for example, you can go up to 1 month, right? 1inch.io, you can go up to 3 years, right? And so it's like there's other items that I found to be better personally. Dex.guru is amazing in terms of seeing the actual charts, seeing everything happening for sure, because you can compare it against all these items. And also limit orders work on all chains. Yeah, so Dex.guru is great when it comes to those items, but again, it only allows for a 3-day limit order, and that's too short of a time period for me. Crack is okay in moderation. Oh, funny. Well, of course, guys, as always, like we can see the PulseChain's got a lot going for it, got a lot happening. We can see that Hex is very heavily correlated to PulseChain, and I cannot wait for us to finally split, because Hex is amazing. Hex is done exactly as it's intended to do for over 3 years. It pays me trustless yield every single day. It pays the staker class trustless yield every single day. It pays back anyone who has a penalty, and it redistributes that through the staker class. Like, it's done exactly like it said it would without any issues. However, it's now so freaking tied to PulseChain that it drives me crazy personally, because Hex was doing an amazing job running up, and ever since the news of PulseChain has been around, we had a lot new folks coming into our ecosystem, which is okay. We want new folks. You want people to learn. That's how it all happens. That's how we grow. But a lot of these folks are simply holding Hex liquid. They don't even understand the mechanic of Hex and why Hex is so valuable. They don't understand what a T-share is. They don't understand why staking could be so beneficial, why setting up a staking ladder is an advantageous way to take advantage of the future and protect your future self. So we have all these folks that are coming in, and every single time we get bad news or no news of PulseChain, Hex is paying the price, and that frustrates me. And so I can't wait for the day where PulseChain launches, and we're gonna see some price action fluctuate with Hex in the beginning, up and down, because there's gonna be a lot of people coming in trying to buy Hex before the fork, and then they use that Hex to swap it into PulseChain and PulseX and any other tokens that they may want. And so we're going to see a lot of volatility happen or Hex when the beginning of PulseChain launches. Eventually it will just become its own coin again though, and I can't wait for that. I'm excited to have it just become its own thing. Can you tap this or call and pay with, okay. Oh, call. Cool. What else do we have? What else do we have over here? It used to use metric exchange, but it's down. Okay, cool. Yeah, Hexodl saying that it is a short time period for the limit orders using Dex.guru. It had fully custom timer from 1 second to basically unlimited. That would be incredible. If it goes back to that, I'm down to use it again and preach it more too, right? Because I think that could be an incredible thing. Crack is pumping down. How dare you peddle any other drug except hexopium on a Hexagon stream, academiciated. How dare you, Tin Top says. How dare you? At Hexodl, metric was good because you could use the OX pool. Yeah, OX exchange is always good too. Yeah, there's always that too. Hexodl says it's token dumped. Also seems like it's been swatted or something, LOL. And that can happen. That's why you always want to do small tests in the beginning, right? You never want to just go all in on limit orders in because you can and it's here. Dex.guru is a work in progress. They've improved a lot ever since I've been using them for like 2 years. Yeah, and it'll constantly be a work in progress. And as they keep making progress, I'm happy to reevaluate and and go back to it again, right? And so that's just kind of where it ends up being. So again, back to PulseChain, it's constantly being worked on. It's constantly being improved. It definitely is happening. I'm very curious if we're gonna get the man, the myth, the legend, Richard Hart, mention anything about it. Again, I don't think a time frame is gonna come to. I just don't see him launching a time frame. But even if he just announces, he's probably just gonna say it's being worked on and it'll be ready when it's ready. You know, like, I don't know. But I hope everyone enjoyed the I like they have a chat with help. That's cool. That's cool. Any customer service in crypto scares me. I wouldn't trust it. I think something that owning your own mistakes is something that happens with crypto, and you have to learn that lesson for sure, the hard way, or just stay away from it in general. Yeah, cow swap is definitely something you can do too, and that's what I mentioned earlier. 10 top, you can actually go up to a month with cow swap. So I like them a little bit better. Matcher.xyz goes out to a week. Cow swap goes out to a month. 1inch.io is not for US users, but it can go out like years. And so just something to keep in mind. You got to make that decision for yourself and figure out how it's going and what's happening and everything as well. But of course, let me kind of head off. I'm gonna be heading off the stream here in a second. As you can see, again, PulseChain's always being worked on. Hope you enjoyed this update on the PulseChain testnet. Hopefully there's gonna be some announcement coming from Richard Hart. Hopefully he says something, but definitely be sure to follow his socials. In fact, you know what? Fuck it. Let me check one more thing. I know everyone's probably already hopped off. Let me go to socialcounts.org and type in Richard Hart. Yeah, so he's up to 150,000 subscribers on YouTube. Let's just go to, he's getting 65 daily subs on his channel. He's getting about 2,000 a month. Let me go to Social Blade, because I think that pulls other metrics, not just YouTube. Oh, for sure. Yeah, Hexauto says, nice to know that there's someone overlooking the Dex aggregator and actively developing and asking for feedback. For sure. Yep, RH on Hex conference tonight. I'm freaking excited, dude. Like, I cannot freaking wait. All right, we got Richard Hart. Do I have to type in Richard Hart win for it to show up on Twitter? So if I pull up Richard Hart's Instagram, he's got I thought he had more on. He has 213,000 followers on Instagram. Pretty crazy. He's got 150,000 subscribers on YouTube. Again, pretty crazy. That's incredible stuff, right? And if we go to Richard Hart win, I want to see what his Twitter's sitting at. Yeah, his Twitter is sitting. Oh, that's not it. He definitely has way more than 2,200 followers on there. That's where he has like a 250,000 or something. Here we go, Richard Hart. Yeah, he almost has 300,000 followers, guys. 294,000 followers on Twitter. That number has constantly increased. Constantly. Everything's pumping today, says Hex Huddle. Yeah, but I only care about Hex. I'm glad everything's going up. It makes everyone happy for the overall market. But, like I said, I'm definitely focused more so on our ecosystem and what's happening with it and everything as well. And let's just see. Let me see if I can just leave this off here with a nice little quote or something, right? Because I know I shared something the other day. No, I'm gonna be hopping off. Yeah, hey, we got another subscriber coming through, Florian. I can't. F. Weisbarth is my guess. How you pronounce that? Weisbarth. That's an awesome last name. But thank you so much for subscribing, coming through clutch on that as well. Yeah, guys, that's gonna be the stream today, right? It's been a lot. I'm gonna be posting the testimonial I had with the Hex conference that I did. It's a nice little 3-minute clip, so hopefully y'all go through and recheck that out if y'all missed the conference. I'm going to be hopping off today. I appreciate everyone coming through, tuning in. Again, my name is ATX Crypto. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe down below. Be sure to leave a comment if you're looking for future information, and I'll catch y'all in tomorrow's stream. Peace.